Yo, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today we'll be watching Shutter Island. Let's get into it. Boston Harbor, 1954. This is the first time I am actually watching this movie. I know Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, the Hulk, and a few other very good actors. Stay sick, that's for sure.
Not the best way to meet with my head halfway down the toilet. She died.
Oh, that's rough.
It was a smoke that got her, not the fire, so that's important. I'm sorry.
The interesting point he made up between dying from the smoke and dying from the fire, I guess the idea of being able to have an open burial, or I don't know, cause seen as a purposeful incident. I don't know.
All I know is it's a mental hospital.
What are they going to the mental hospital for? It's an actual island. Shutter Island. Okay. Oh my gosh, what's the island near San Fran? Alcatraz, yeah. Why are they look so aggressive?
Boys seem a little on edge, Mr. McPherson.
Right now, Marshal, we all are.
What? Did something serious happen at Shutter Island? They're really intense. They're eyeballing them. Also, actually, the other thing I do know, Martin Scorsese directed this film, so it's gonna be a ride for sure, most likely.
Ward C is that building on the bluffs. An old Civil War fort
Oh.
You act like insanity is catching.
that when inside a penitentiary, the officers of that institution have final authority.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. He struggled a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, especially him saying that he's been in the force for 4 years. As a marshal, obviously there's time before that. Quite about what? But what's so important about this person that they're chasing? They have to bring in the marshals. Interesting photos.
If whipping them bloody would drive the psychosis out, we drove
Yeah.
submerged them in icy water until they lost consciousness or even drowned.
Damn.
My job to treat my patients, not their victims. I'm not here to judge.
That's true.
She killed all 3 of her children. She drowned them in the lake behind her house.
Wow.
And what about the husband?
He died on the beaches at Normandy. She's a war widow.
Oh my gosh. That looked like the concentration camps or something like that. It is 54, so it makes sense this is not that long ago.
To sustain the delusion that her children never died, she's created an elaborate fictional structure, and she gives us all parts to play in that fiction.
Interesting.
Sanity is not a choice, Marshal. You can't just choose to get over it.
Yeah. Oh. The law for who is 67.
Who is 67? Fuck if I know.
Yet somehow Rachel managed to slip past them.
That's what I'm saying. None of this makes sense. Just chilling.
She'd have drowned and been crushed on the rocks, and her body would have washed back up on shore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a similar situation to like Alcatraz technically with the whole island and being so far away from land. I know there's a documentary, but I don't know if anyone has technically ever escaped Alcatraz. Or if they attempted, they obviously didn't do well.
Could nobody get in or out of their room on that corridor without me seeing?
I maybe went to the bathroom.
What? You breached protocol.
Yeah, but that makes no sense. Even if he didn't, how about the rest from beginning to there?
Anything unusual occur?
Define unusual.
Excuse me.
Usual isn't a big part of our day. She was worried about the rain. Hated the food here. Yes, Dr. Sheehan led the discussion. He's Rachel's primary, the psychiatrist who directly oversees her care.
And where's this doctor at?
You let her primary doctor leave And vacation?
Some of the seems a little awkward, but weird at the same time. Like it was a setup or something. I don't know.
We can talk then, right?
We have been talking, Marshal.
Gotta say, I'm thinking I got in the wrong line of public service. Who is that, Brahms?
No. I always heard it was overrun with boozers and drunks.
Not that I've noticed.
Oh, that probably was a room in Germany.
You are men of violence. I'm not accusing you of being violent men.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So I'm guessing the same song was being played. Same music. Oh. Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Refused. They don't have the authority to refuse, and neither do you, sir. We're taking the ferry back in the morning. Come on, Chuck.
Why did oh, I don't remember his name, but the Hulk, Bruce Banner, I don't remember his name. Why did he give him that look to like a sorry, like a apology, like I don't know. It was weird. He's done it a few times.
I found a whole stack of these tea.
Are you real? Rachel?
She never left.
What is falling? Is that supposed to be like is it ashes technically, or the flakes from the fire? Is that what that is? So it seems like, or flowers or something. Oh.
Who?
Latest. That's awesome. Oh. Why they do that though? If they say she died from the smoke, not the actual fire itself, but they made her into ash. That's not sweat, right? Okay, I was like, dang, this man.
Procedures like the transorbital lobotomy.
Ah.
Some say the patients become reasonable, docile. Others say they become zombies.
Yeah.
Was. Is there a reason you keep referring to your patient in the past tense, Doctor?
Look outside, Marshal. Why do you think?
Yeah, that's a rough storm.
She liked to be naked, to suck cock. And then she asked me if she can have a glass of water. She wanted me to pull out my thing so that she could laugh at it.
That was okay.
When I cut her, she screamed.
Oh.
She drowned her kids. This is a sick fucking world we live in.
Lead a normal life. You tore her face off, didn't you?
Why?
The difference is most people don't kill their husbands with an axe. Although, personally, I think if a man beats you and fucks half the women he sees, and no one will help you.
Yeah, I mean, but that's tough. I mean, can't blame her either, but yeah. She's very nervous. What did she write? Why did it look like she didn't have a cup? I'm sorry, paused. Hold on, pause. Maybe it's something wrong with my video, but I don't know. But it just looked like she didn't have a cup in her hand, or I don't. Maybe I need to get new prescription glasses. I don't know. It's just it didn't look like it. I just rewind it. And the other thing too is, what does she write? And she keeps eyeballing the Hulk, Bruce Banner. Oh my gosh, what's his? Hold on, time out. What's his name? I keep calling him by Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, okay, Mark Ruffalo. She keeps looking at Mark Ruffalo. This is weird. I have a few theories, but I don't like chasing waterfalls, so I'm gonna wait on it. But it's just weird. It's very awkward. Some of the things has been kind of awkward. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Like, I don't know a lot about this type of business, so I don't know if a marshal would need to be required to come out here for something like this. Maybe if it was a serial killer or some a high profile individual who was very threatening, but I don't know if you technically need marshals for a woman who killed her kids, right? And you have yourself 30-40 cops, it looks like, or guards or whatever on the premises. So I don't, and I understand maybe the marshals are needed for the investigation of how did she actually leave, and is there corruption inside and between the guards or whatever. But what would be their motive besides money to let her run through? So that's what I'm saying. This seems really weird, and the way how every patient, doctor, and guard slash cop has been a little awkward with Leonardo and Mark Ruffalo, but then Mark Ruffalo also seems a little awkward. I don't know if this whole story is just going around in this towards Leonardo DiCaprio's character, but it's just really weird. I don't understand why it feels so awkward. And then what did she write that's so, like, I don't know.
Andrew Lattis. He's the maintenance man in the apartment building where my wife and I live.
Oh, possibly he's the one that started the fires.
Caused the fires that killed my wife.
He burned down a schoolhouse, killed 2 people. Said voices told him to.
Oh. Why is there? Huh. This is a large island.
Jesus!
My gosh, what kind of storm is this? This is very extreme. Doesn't seem real either at the same time.
I'm not here to kill Lattis.
Are you here to get closure? Or I don't know.
If it was my wife, I'd kill him twice.
The commandant tried to kill himself before we got there, but he botched it. Took him an hour to die.
Wow. Oh, that was it. Okay. He shot his face.
The guards surrendered. We took their guns. We lined them up.
They mowed him down, huh?
You know, this place is funded by a special grant from the House Un-American Activities Committee.
An American committee?
2 weeks on the mainland, he walks into a bar, stabs 3 men to death.
Wow.
He started asking around about Ashcliffe, waiting for a chance to get out here, and then suddenly they need a U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's really...
Excuse me. No, boss. Luck doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
All they had to do was fake an escape to get you here, and now they have you. Now they have us both.
This is interesting.
So,
Oh, that was very nice.
you said you had no idea what that second line could refer to, correct?
The 67th patient?
A total of what, 66 patients at this facility?
That is correct, yes.
Now, what's the good news, Doctor?
Rachel's been found.
Oh.
There has been a sighting of a known communist subversive in this area passing out literature.
The heck?
Packed Jim's lunch and he left, and I sent the children off to school.
Oh, this is rough.
I thought of you.
Okay.
Don't you know how lonely I've been, Jim?
Oh.
Everything's gonna be alright, okay?
This is rough.
I buried you.
Oh.
I buried an empty casket. Your body rained down, lumps of flesh splashing into the sea, eaten by sharks. My Jim's dead, so who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Leonardo was just really trying to be nice and just be there for her for that moment, and it just, that was, whew.
Are you all right?
Are you okay?
A migraine. Imagine someone sawed open your head, filled it with razors, and shook it as hard as they could.
Yeah, migraines can't do that, but this is a little, It still makes no sense though how she was able to get out to go have that swim supposedly and then come back. And then the whole 67th patient issue.
Don't you worry about him, all right?
He's just eyeballing you.
Looks like an ex-military prick, huh?
You know what? I ain't gonna argue with you on that one.
Why is he stopping? Did he see something? That's a trip. Oh.
You should have saved me.
Should have saved me.
You should have saved all of us.
Oh, that's a big scar.
How much you need it?
Because he used to drink a lot? Oh,
Clock's
okay.
ticking, my friend.
This is a very trippy dream / nightmare.
Give me a hand here.
Oh. I thought she drowned them. Why are they...
I could get into trouble.
I thought she had 4 kids. I only see 3, right? That's sad.
I tried. I wanted to, but by the time I got there...
By the time I got... Why is it referencing her? So it's not... Oh. It's not referencing the...
Aren't they beautiful?
It's not referencing the concentration camp like that. And why is she talking to him like... Is this another dream within a dream or what? Is that supposed to be his wife?
It's okay.
One of the theories I have is, what if he's possibly the 67th patient, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, boss.
I only say it because of the awkwardness of everyone, but at the same time, I don't think so. I don't know. Quite a few people's going into Ward C.
All right, get your asses moving then. Go on.
I thought they couldn't go by themselves, and the guard kind of just went.
Tag, you're it!
He doesn't look like the person though that was displaying on in your dreams. Oh.
You know how a hydrogen bomb works? With hydrogen. Oh, that's funny.
This is where they have Hannibal and all that. Hello, Clarice. Did somebody say latest?
They say I'll never leave here.
You'll never leave here.
I was incidental. A way in.
Oh, Rorschach.
George North. It's not possible. You can't be here. You like it?
However this happened, I'm gonna find a way to fix this. You understand me?
I'll never get out. This is a game. All of this is for you.
So the 67th patient being Leonardo is still on the board, which is...
They're gonna cut into my brain.
Into your brain.
dig out the truth and kill Ladis at the same time. You gotta make a choice. You understand that, don't you?
Tell him, Teddy. Tell him why.
Now is he hallucinating?
You have to let it go! I can't! I can't! If he's not in Ward A, there's only one place he can be.
The lighthouse?
God help him.
So he's saying, let her go or you're going to be in here forever. And he's discussing about, you know, may God help you and so on and so forth. So the idea of him being the 67th patient is still on the board. Then I thought it would, I thought that idea wouldn't be on the board, but it might, because it partially makes sense with these ideals of the kids telling him, you know, I wish you came, you saved me, and so on and so forth, but then relaying that to the war. So that's what I'm saying. It's a possibility, but I don't know if it's it can still happen. It's a possibility. I just don't know if this is the route they're going. This is interesting. It's sad.
Because climbing down there when it's dark is a thin step.
Yeah.
I'm going on alone.
Well, good luck doing that by yourself. You're gonna have to swim or something. A cigarette. What? Oh. Ironically land right there. Oh. It looked like it was a body. Like,
Chuck!
yeah, it make no sense though if he jumped off just to jump up. Oh, hella. Just all pouring out. There's a lot that came out that fast.
Taking your hand from behind your back, please.
Why? Why?
It was a different person.
I was never married. And before I was a patient at Ashcliffe, I worked here.
Oh.
Once you're declared insane, then anything you do is called part of that insanity. Reasonable protests or denial. You're smarter than you look, Marshall. That's probably not a good thing. You ever heard of the transorbital lobotomy?
Yeah, they put the ice pick in there. Yeah.
That they can't let you leave.
I am a federal marshal.
I was an esteemed psychiatrist from a respected family.
Yeah.
And you ate the food in the cafeteria and drank the coffee they gave you. You tell me at least that you've been smoking your own cigarettes.
Who knows about this?
Very few, probably.
Everyone.
Oh. I'm wondering if this is also hallucination. What he's seeing.
I'm sorry, but you have to go.
She is right though, I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the first things I thought of when they're giving him the medicine or the drugs.
You have no friends.
That's what I was thinking too, with the awkward looks and everything throughout this whole movie between him and Mark Ruffalo and the rest of the people. So you have the few ways of how this can be approached. One, he is the 67th patient. One, they're going to make him the next patient. The other one, this is an actual case and it's just very weird and loopy. Or I don't know. That's kind of the only few I can really think of at this very moment. And this is interesting how they're gonna kind of play this out, and kind of the perspective and the decision making that Leonardo's gonna make when it comes to this, especially now he has the idea. And like I said, it could just be the idea. There's a chance that they didn't drug him or anything like that, but at the same time, it's put in his head everything that his intake when it comes to food, coffee, the cigarettes, the medicine he was receiving when he was having those migraines, just that itself, and accepting whatever was given to him without actually checking it, like the medicine, is just input that possible truth in his mind where he is freaking out right now. So it's gonna be interesting how this kind of plays out. Either way, this has been a very good movie, and this is gonna be interesting how this plays out.
What? God's gift.
Nature.
The violence. There's no moral order at all. Can my violence conquer yours?
Interesting concepts.
You're as violent as they come. Crowley thinks you're harmless, that you can be controlled, but I know different.
You could be different. You could be controlled.
If I was to sink my teeth into your eye right now, would you be able to stop me before I blinded you?
Give it a try.
That's the spirit.
You don't have a partner, Marshall. You came here alone.
This movie's done such a good job getting you mixed like if there's a few lanes that this story can go, you're getting a piece of each of them when it, yeah, so it's just, I like it. Oh, this is interesting.
What's this, Doctor?
Words?
Nazis.
Well, that too. You are wounded, Marshal.
I'm not confused, but I'm confused. Like, oh, I want to root for Leonardo, but then if some of the details is true, that he's possibly a patient or something, or he actually did do something very wrong, then I don't know. Dang.
You go there and you'll die.
There's one fucking ugly tie.
Is that his way of letting her go, partially? Oh. It's the same girl. Is that supposed to be his daughter or something? Like... So did his kids also die in a fire? Is this man gonna swim to the lighthouse?
I'm not gonna kill you.
Hey. Question is, what are you gonna find when you get to the top? That's not really a good sign if it's empty. Another empty room, see? Maybe all the way up. All the way up. Oh.
Why are you all wet, baby?
What the heck?
The rifle's empty, by the way. You blew up my car. I really loved that car.
Oh, that sucks.
She told me about the neuroleptics.
Did she now? Your delusions are more severe than I thought. You're not on anything, as a matter of fact.
And what the fuck is this? Huh? What the fuck is this?
Withdrawal. The same thing we've been giving you for the past 24 months. For 2 years. A patient of this institution.
Oh, yeah, he is a success. Wow.
Former U.S. Marshal, known proclivity for violence, shows no remorse for his crime because he denies.
That was the paper that Mark Ruffalo was trying to give to him to read.
Notice anything these 4 names have in common. It's your rule of 4.
Bullshit.
You were committed here by court order 24 months ago. Your crime is terrible. One you can't forgive yourself for, so you invented another self.
What did he do? Something about his kids and wife, I would think, right?
Been hearing this fantasy for 2 years now. I know every detail.
He's been like this the whole time?
I wish I could let you just live in your fantasy world. I really do.
Like other patients, but you cannot.
Permanent measures will be taken to ensure you can't hurt anyone ever again. They'll lobotomize you, Andrew.
Oh my gosh, has he been the doctor the whole time? Or what?
I've been your primary psychiatrist for the last 2 years. I'm Lester Sheehan.
Oh.
Radical, cutting-edge role play ever attempted in psychiatry, and it would bring you back.
Is this gonna get to him, or this is wild? Like,
Dolores was insane, manic depressive, suicidal.
oh.
Purposely set your city apartment on fire. You were then you were
Simon. Your wife drowned them at the cabin by the lake.
Fuck. Oh, damn. So sad.
Please, God, no!
Oh, man.
We'll dry them off. We'll change their clothes. They'll be our living dolls. Huh?
Oh, that's creepy.
I love you like
That's why the blood was coming from the stomach down.
Dolores told me she had an insect living inside her brain. She could feel it clicking across her skull.
It's a very weird, interesting description.
Because I can't take knowing that Dolores killed our children.
Oh, damn, bro.
I killed them because I didn't get her help.
Here's my fear, Andrew. We broke through once before, 9 months ago, and then you regressed.
And I murdered my wife in the spring of '52.
That must have been really hard to say.
Gotta get off this rock, Chuck. Get back to the mainland, whatever the hell's going on here, it's bad.
You regress that fast?
Which would be worse? To live as a monster?
Or to die as a good man?
He knows. He's accepted it. Wow, what an amazing movie. Very sad. It shows that he recognized, he knew what was occurring. He knew that possibly he would regress again. Knowing that information, he wanted to actually possibly have the ability to make that decision so that because there's a chance he doesn't regress. There's a chance he does regress, right? There's a chance that he just, whatever. And he wanted to make that decision on that spot, knowing all the information of both his fictional character, his actual life, and him wanting to make that decision and knowing he could actually make that decision of, I'd rather know and die as a good man rather than continuously living as a monster, having this regret, this sadness, this realization of, I killed my wife for killing my 3 kids, but at the end of it, it was really my fault for not actually listening to my wife with her mental health issues that was occurring. And I thought after the fire at the apartments that me taking my wife to the lake area in a more peaceful environment would possibly help fix those issues, rather than maybe looking for help on top of maybe that decision of moving to that particular environment. And for him, even though and you could tell he doesn't have hate towards his wife, he's just sad, and he knows he's the one that or he feels that he's the one that really caused the death of his whole family, of all four individuals in his life. And shit's sad. That's rough. And you know, I kind of touched on it being a possibility of him being the 67th patient because of the way people were acting around Leonardo and how they're kind of just eyeballing him really weird. And I thought that was very weird, and it displayed more and more, and some of the illogical decision making on some of the logical things that was occurring, especially being in field marshal, a U.S. Marshal. So it made sense, but you still couldn't predict the end in the sense of him wanting to make that decision and him wanting to say, I understand everything. I'm going to make the decision of having a lobotomy, of, you know, technically dying, being a zombie, or whatever the case might be. I mean, yeah, it's a very sad, wild story. This story being tied in with the time and the whole idea of lobotomy and everything else, just the writing, the plot itself and the setting, it was amazing. On top of it was the writing and just the little hints, like, and this is the type of movie you can watch multiple times and catch more and more things that seemed off, and it was just, but it was still straightforward to an extent where everyone can keep track with the film. And it kind of made you display many different possibilities of the doctors and everyone else that's there is really against him. It's all verse 2, and then it's like, is my partner really my partner? Is he also part of the side? Am I actually the patient? There's individuals that are telling me to run, that are doing this, that are doing that. There's just a lot of mixed messages to him where you don't know who to root for. You want to root for Leonardo because it's Leonardo, but you also am looking at it and going, is he possibly a patient? What's the significance here? What if they're really not bad? What if they are good? Or what if they are bad? The whole idea of some made up things of like, some associations that are un-American or whatever that are funding this, some of the experiments and things that were occurring that in Germany and in Russia and many other places, but specifically there because of the war and everything else. And so you're getting all this information, and it's all being funneled into this location of a wannabe. It's not really Alcatraz, and I kept saying Alcatraz because Alcatraz was an actual prison, but this is a mental facility. I don't know where. I don't even think it's a real place. I don't know. But that whole ordeal and funneling all these ideas into this one location and having this script, having this story in his mind and pushing through it, and the doctors having to make some type of extreme experiment to let him get out of the funk and actually be able to physically see it, because they say he's been doing this for about 2 years of him having these ideals. And similar to that woman who was acting like, you know, this is her neighborhood, you know, and all that, that's how he was kind of acting. But now they actually put him in a real life situation and making him see the logical things and trying to poke holes at it while shoving information in that actually connected to his life. And you could tell it actually worked. It's just the problem is him regressing, and that's where the issue lies, in him realizing, I'm going to make a decision for myself that I haven't really made in the few years I've been here, and plus everything else. Because, you know, before that, he might have been in jail. I don't know what happened before those 2 years, but 2 years he's been in that island, Shutter Island, right? So just fulfilling those, creating this story to not really see the truth. It was very similar to, and we just watched Memento, where it's somewhat similar, where there's a story, and you're following that story to the extent of he has an idea in his mind that his brain has manipulated because he doesn't want to understand and experience the actual truth. Um, yeah, it was very similar in that sense. Great movie, by the way, Memento. But this was a wonderful, great film. Fun slash sad watch. Definitely great. Another Martin Scorsese film. Done. That was awesome. That was awesome. But yeah, appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.